So Enes Kanter Freedom got courtside seats, and he actually stood up during the national anthem. But I don't think a lot of people realize the reason why his name is Enes Kanter Freedom is because he actually, once he became a U.S. citizen, after escaping Turkey, he added freedom to his name. Like he is about as hardcore of an American as you can possibly be because he's seen the other side. His name was Enes Kanter, and he added freedom when he became a U.S. citizen. So when the national anthem is played, he holds his hand over his heart, and he appreciated it. So he went to the game, stood for the national anthem. This is the thing. He wore a shirt that says woman, adult, human, female. Here. And then the dust up happens. It's halftime. It's halftime. I need to know the right. He says, I need to use the restroom. Rules are rules, WNBA. Oh, no. So just a little bit of trolling over here. Okay. So fast forward now to the game itself. The game happens. It is the end of the third quarter. This lady right here, or the lady that we're going to see, actually earlier in the weekend, there was a green dildo thrown on the court, which has become a reoccurring theme in the WNBA. I don't know if you guys have seen this. We did. I think we did this several years ago.
We did talk about the
last year, I thought.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was a
great
promotion
this year, for all we remember.
Oh, really?
It was a great cross promotion with Star Wars.
So this was before the weekend here, and a green dill was thrown on the court, and this is what she said. This is the exact same lady who got in it with Enes Kanter Freedom.
I'm lame as fuck. Sorry, mama. And man, and like in most of these occasions, it's men. And I want you to know that is the gayest thing that you can do is to go to a store, a sex shop, buy a dildo, come to a women's game to throw the dildo on the court. That is the gayest shit that I've ever heard. So
I thought you couldn't say gay like that. I don't know. I thought using
maybe
gay as an insult.
Maybe she's gay herself, so she can say it.
She's
a black woman. I mean,
she's mega gay. Like super mega gay.
Let's be honest. Lizzie the Leslie.
Yeah. Okay, so I want you to take a look here real fast. The game is actually a close game. You can see on the bottom of your screen, 81-75. And that's going to play into this story just a little bit here in just a little bit. And keep in mind, Chicago, just from a purely sports perspective, they have to win this game because they're in the playoff hunt right now. Okay, they're trying to win this game against the Indiana Fever, the most popular team in the league. And let's see what happens.
6-point basketball game.
That's her.
Chicago staying in it. Natasha Cloud. And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena. After Natasha Cloud got that bucket, she wanted her voice heard.
Okay, so she then approaches him. He puts his hand out. The mistake that he makes is he steps forward.
Yep.
He steps forward onto the court. That ultimately gets him kicked out of the arena. And you can see here, as he's making his way out, they're trying to explain to him. He's over here to make his way out. Talk, blah, blah, blah. He is instigating. But here's the thing about this. He got everything that he wanted out of this. He got the shirt on TV. He got national coverage talking about this. And this is the WNBA, they can't get out of their own way when it comes to this stuff. And all of this hubbub could end right now, today, yesterday, 3 weeks ago, if they would just define who can play in their league and who can't. That's it. But they refuse to do this, refuse to do so. So he gets kicked out of the game. He tweets out, I just got kicked out of a WNBA game for supporting women. Let that sink in, America. This 5 million views over it. Just killing. This was him on the way out, actually, in the concourse. They're trying to get him out of here.
I'm supporting women, and that is the reason that they're kicking me out. This is unacceptable.
Just a little bit more.
So he gets booted. Phoenix.
I hate to be killjoy. I'm actually against this. So what are you gonna say?
No. I'm very curious. What specifically are you against?
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. I don't want to be the killjoy, but I'm looking at pure strategy. I want to win, right? That's my thing, right? You can't give. You are playing on a really uneven battlefield here, very uneven. Anything you do wrong, you're gonna lose then. So, like, if my goal as that guy is to get my ass on that court and get to play against the women, which I want to see, right? Any of these, they could potentially say, you know what, we were considering you, but then after your display of what you're doing, that goes against how the WNBA plays. You are intentionally at odds with us. We're gonna. It's like that shit. You got to be so good. Like Martin Luther King got it. He understood, like, no violence, no nothing. Like, you got to be perfect. Unfortunately, you have to be perfect. And what he did was he went there, instigated. I love it. I'm laughing. That's not what I'm against. But now you're also then stepping forward. You're causing a problem. Now they may have some reasons to deny you what you're trying to do.
Don't give them a reason.
I mean, okay, social attention, though, like, this is probably the most the WNBA has ever been looked at. A lot of people who were otherwise on the fence are now actually understanding the severity of the issue and what he's trying to do. So let's say hypothetically WNBA does use this as an excuse to go against him and not let him in. I feel like there's going to be enough other people that rise from that see an opportunity. And so it's kind of, to me, it's more creating a movement, and he should be the spectacle, and there will be other people who also try to follow in his footsteps. That's how I personally view it. So I think maybe stepping on the court was not the best idea because that ultimately got him kicked out. But at the same time, the amount of attention, the amount of conversation that this is getting, like, I didn't pay attention to WNBA at all. And now I'm like, okay, this is hilarious. I need to look at it. And there's a ton of people that are invested that, in the sports world, they kind of they watch the sports, whatever. But even they're looking at this like, what the hell's happening? What's the future for our children, etc. So I think it's a really important conversation. He's kind of like a catalyst for that. And there's going to be other people that kind of follow in those footsteps and make sure that it happens the right way.
We don't control the media. So that allows them to run things and control that narrative of what that was. These people aren't seriously trying to do anything. They're instigators. They're in the limelight. They're trying to get clicks. This guy hasn't been relevant in how long? And now he's trying to do this, and they're trying to make a mockery of women's sports. Do you know how long we had to fight to get women's sports?
And to be clear, last night on SportsCenter, this game was aired on ESPN, or it was on NBC last night, which is a nationally broadcast game. Okay. Generally, this is one of the top teams in the league, with the top player in the league, with Caitlin Clark, who plays on the Indiana Fever, the most popular. So anytime a game with Caitlin Clark is on, SportsCenter will run a story about it. They'll run a 2-minute package on the game, a highlight package. They ran that package last night. Not a second was put into talking about the Enes Kanter thing. Not a second was talked about the confrontation. Nobody, like, the game was fine, whatever, but everybody's talking about the confrontation. And Phoenix, I am with you on this. I think the biggest mistake he made was taking that step forward, and putting his arms out looks confrontational, right? If he would have stood there and he just would have clapped and been like, "Hey, great job," and didn't even need to be smarmy, just, "Hey, good job, way to go," instead of putting his arms out, the perception is the reality. We understand what he's doing. The psychos who don't will look at that and be like, "What was, look at how confrontational he was." When in reality, she's the one who started the confrontation the entire time. But the perception is, look at the 6'10", 250-pound guy going against the 5'10", 150-pound woman, right? And whatever. But once again, the logic is men and women equal, whatever. Okay, sure, whatever, right? You can very much see the size and stature difference between the two. With that said, the general response is, while I agree with you, Phoenix, on that, the general response is something like this. Enes Kanter is putting on a clinic on exactly how to deal with woke absurdity. Mock it. Let everyone know you're mocking it, but don't actually say you're mocking it. Let everyone see their intolerance. Let everyone see they are the bigots they claim you are. More here. this person says, so I posted the below article on keeping former boys out of girls' leagues on Facebook, and I sent it to my email list, both on Friday. Yesterday, my wife and I went to a party at my gay buddy Kenny was having. First thing he said as we showed up, so how many fucks did you get? How many fuck yous did you get from that article? I told him I got about 5 you fuck you emails and about 30 thank you for sending us emails. He said, yep, that's about right. Let me guess. The fuck yous were from single, childless, straight women over the age of 40. He was 100% spot on. It was hilarious. I told him, yeah. And he said, they think they're helping, but they're not. They have no skin in the game. Just ignore them. The real gays have your back. Let's go get a beer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it's good that this is loud and in the open because now everyone's just pulling themselves into and being like, this is ridiculous. I just agree and, like, let them show their colors personally.
Speaking of their colors, here's a nice example.
Fuck you! You transphobic assholes!
What is your shirt, ma'am?
Hold on, let me see.
Trans athletes, what?
Belong here. Yeah, with a weird E at the end. Ugh. She's like a Disney person.
Yeah. Let's see that one more time.
Fuck you! You transphobic assholes!
Ooh.
Got him.
Now, yeah, Phoenix, you're right though about the media. This is from an Emmy-nominated sportscaster. This person, Chris Williamson. I've never heard of this person before, but this post is getting a lot of traction online. The moment the league didn't discipline Sophie Cunningham for her transphobic comments, they set the table for almost all this political discourse and nastiness towards the trans community. Her conduct has objectively been detrimental to the league. Now, Sophie Cunningham is a member of the reason why the Indiana Fever, for those who are just playing catch up, the reason why the Indiana Fever are such a lightning rod is because Sophie Cunningham plays on the team. She's like the sixth man on the team. She comes off the bench, she hits threes, she sets screens, right? And people think she's attractive, right? Kate, are you familiar with Sophie Cunningham at all?
I think she's the woman that was like pointing, right? She went viral for that.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. So I think it's important, based off of this statement here, the quote unquote transphobic comments that Sophie Cunningham made. Let's actually take a look at what she actually said. Okay? This is the exact quote. I want to protect young girls in sport. They shouldn't have to play against biological men. That's what she said. And that is what's being deemed as transphobic. That is why they're wearing protect trans kids shirts. That's why they're saying you have women yelling, fuck you, you transphobe, here, because she said, I want to protect young girls in sports. This wasn't an anti-trans statement. It was a pro-women statement, pro-girl statement, which I think is like the biggest thing that's getting misconstrued in this whole thing, is that she's saying, hey, I like that girls have a place for them to do their own thing. Bringing it back to the girl, Natasha Cloud. After the game, over on Threads, of course on Threads, she posted this. To every trans kid / person, you are a part of my community and tribe. You belong, you're loved, you're seen, you're perfect as you are, and you'll always be protected by me. Okay.
What is her lesbian ass gonna do? Slap a person?
Well, I would say that the irony of this statement is that they clearly don't think they're perfect because they want to trans their body, right? They want to change everything about them right here.
That and she was confrontational with a person that claims they are trans. Therefore,
I agree.
You don't accept everyone. Like this goes
She's
back
a
to our
bigot.
conversation a few weeks ago, where it's like, what is the prerequisite? What do you do? Do you test their midichlorians to figure out if they're actually trans or not? Like, what is the metric here?
Right.
It's what you accept in your tribe. It's not actually who should be a part of the tribe. It's who you want to bring into it. It's not the same thing.
Now, do you remember when I mentioned how close the game was when
Yes.
she went on that little thing, right? This is really funny. Just little stats and data for you from Jason Whitlock. After Natasha Cloud hit a bucket and then moved to her Enes Kanter publicity stunt, the Chicago Sky got outscored 32-15. Cloud had cut the Fever lead 81 to 75 late in the third quarter. Then she continued her publicity campaign. She never got another bucket right here, and they got eliminated from the playoffs after that, and all of her energy got sucked out of the game. So that was it. But that didn't stop the Chicago Sky from naming her player of the game.
Wow.
Right.
That's right. That's where we're at right there. So
This is so unserious, man. The sport
can I,
takes nothing seriously.
I would like to propose like if I'm a general here, here's what I would do. Okay?
Yes,
Maybe
please.
so from the future. Shock and awe. So what if we could reset the pieces here, what I would be doing, and please help me if my plan does not work.
yes.
That guy gets a bunch of his other basketball friends, and you say, listen, we're about to Trojan Horse this motherfucker. We're going to get 5 to 10 people. We're going to go in. We're not going to say shit. We are going to try out. We also have hired every lawyer there is. We're going into this thing to just do the tryout and let them, because they're going to laugh at us. They're going to dismiss it immediately because there's no eyeballs attention to this at all. The WNBA is not going to bring attention to this because they don't want that in the news. And so you really got them by the balls here because they're not aware of what you're doing. So they're going to behave in a way that most likely litigation-wise can affect them. Good, let them do that. Then the lawsuits come in. Then you make the announcement. Listen, we tried. Then you make the statements. We tried so hard to be to become players on this thing, all the thing, but now you control the narrative. You've got every eye on you. You've got lawsuits heading their way, and all social media behind you going, holy shit. And now you have control. And now you can start building a lot of momentum and start making this into something bigger. Instead, by doing it this way, it gives them the upper hand where they can try their best to watch you like hawks and find a way that you never entered their arena, if that makes sense. And now, like, you've kind of, now they're going to be watching that. Like, it's like basically tipping off your enemy. You want to make sure that you kind of go right in the night, quietly in the night, in the shadows, infiltrate, and then dominate that. That's what I would have probably done. And you still get the social media attention. You still get all that. But now you have control over everything. Right.
Well, he did say that there are about 10 players who are willing to join him.
That'd be great.
So maybe that happens.
I want this to happen so badly.
I know. Me too. Well, there's more here, WNBA here. So stand by. I know you're excited for this. This person puts it here. It says, they don't hate Enes because he's pretending to be a woman. They hate him because he's exposing their mental illness. Right. A little bit more WNBA. Speaking of mental illness, did you see that
That's what I would say. They hate him because it's not their mental illness. They hate him because they're exposing their power. This is a power play. It's a power grab.
Well, this may be a power play as well. Phoenix, there's a new team in the WNBA called the Toronto Tempo, right? And the Toronto Tempo have unveiled their brand new mascots here. Des, the snapping turtle, and Dot, the Arctic hare. Now, this is important because I want to let you know, and Kay, maybe you can make your way all the way across to Toronto to see Des the snapping turtle and Dot the Arctic hare, because Des uses she, they pronouns while Dot uses she, her pronouns. And here are their mascots here, right here. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great? We got we need mascots with pronouns and their bios here. That's where we're at right there. So, did it get you excited for a little basketball? No?
So damn cringe, man. What the hell is that?
Yeah. Dez's guilty pleasures are ASMR videos, by the way. Oh, that's a thing. So,
this was just introduced to the sold-out crowd in Scotiabank Arena, and I was told by my very smart producer.
Dez is not turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
Showing the horoscope, though, is very woman, so they're in line there.
Yeah.
A little bit more here as well. I don't know if you saw over the weekend that a woman tried to follow in the Indiana Fever. A woman at an Indiana Fever New York Liberty game tried to pay to have a message on the Jumbotron. Did you see this as well?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So a woman tried to put it on the message on the board, and the team reached out saying that they pretty much said no, and that it would violate the spirit and not eligible for display. But you know what is eligible for display at the New York Liberty Games? And by the way, that it was the message that was displayed, that was originally supposed to be displayed, was meant to be. It was pretty much just saying like, "Go Sophie, congratulations." It said, "Thank you, Jennifer Say, XXXY Athletics will save the day." That's it. That's what it was going to be. Jennifer Say, who is the CEO of XXXY Athletics, she's been on our show before. That's what got denied. You know what didn't get denied, Phoenix?
I did not. I do not know.
Oh man, this right here. Hey, trans fans, glad you're here. Go Liberty.
Oh my God. Oh.
Wow.
Yep. Welcome, trans Liberty fans. You are loved and you belong.
Okay,
Big welcome to the New York. Yeah.
Let's
Big
have
welcome
that
to the
guy
New York.
report then.
Right. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. It's
You're
ridiculous.
welcome. Like, that's it. Okay, perfect. Then that guy can show up. What's the big deal?
It's amazing. It's honestly amazing. The WNBA is. I've never ever. Like, I love sports, and I don't care who knows. I've always loved sports. I love the pageantry of sports. I love the competition of sports. I love the masculinity of sports. I love the testosterone around sports. I love competition. Love it. I've never seen a league fuck things up so bad. Ever. It's been amazing to watch, and it's such a simple, like, it's death by 1,000 cuts. These four things happened just in the last like 3 or 4 days since our last show. It's fucking amazing. I'm amazed by these people.
Well, again, it's like, let's say in Sport X, suddenly there's a Trump ad. How many people that don't like Trump would boycott it?
Well, yeah. So here's the thing, though, is that there's no. I understand your logic, and I agree with you 100%.
The answer is they would all boycott it, and because it's their religion, they would never go ever again.
But there's no conservative league, right? The idea of sports is that it's supposed to be the ability for everybody to come together. It's truly merit-based.
But now it's
left,
not. So
right.
Now it's
right.
not. So what are you going to do? So
The
I'm
biggest-
telling you what the other side does. The other side goes, because this is like a terrorist extremist group, they say, we're done, not for today, not for tomorrow, we're done, period. Now, what does our side do? Okay, I guess I hope it gets better tomorrow. I'm just trying to remind everyone what you're up against, because no one seems to be paying attention. That's all.
Well,
hate to be the guy, but...
The thing about, like, when it comes to sports leagues is obviously it costs a shit ton of money to start a sports league. But the biggest damage, the most damaging thing that could be done to the WNBA is the same thing that's allowed it to have any sort of relevance the last few years, is Caitlin Clark would leave. Caitlin Clark left. Sophie Cunningham left. Popular player. They're like the two most popular players in the league, right? And everyone else would go back to obscurity and nobody would care about the league, right? If they left, started their own thing, even if it was like a 3-on-3 league or a 4-on-4 league or whatever, it doesn't need to be a 30-person league like the WNBA. But if Caitlin Clark left, the WNBA, its partners would fall off the face of a cliff, and that would hurt it. Now, I don't know if Caitlin Clark is that person who would do that. I don't know how she is politically. I don't know. I mean, she's publicly said that she's
definitely a lefty.
supports all the rights and all that stuff, whatever, right? So
I'm just saying, imagine if like Black National Anthem in football comes and everyone says, that's it, I'm not going, the end, done. Yeah. If anyone did this one time, they would be like, oh shit, we just lost a lot of money. We need to course correct. And then maybe they do it one more time and you do it one more time. And then that's it. They like these affiliations are like, okay, we're done with politics. We're out. My point out of what I just said was one side treats this with the respect it deserves. And the other one keeps saying, no, I hope tomorrow gets better. And I'm going to remind everyone what time it is. Communists are in office. I don't know when everyone's going to wake up. You're losing. You're going to continue losing because one side cares, the other one doesn't. Don't know how else to say that. That's what's actually happening. Well, whatever you want to do with that information's up to you. I'm not saying you should love the things you want to love. I'm not telling you what to do. Just reminding you of what's happening because that side, that's why I use that example. You put Trump somewhere, that side will decimate your corporation. They will decimate it. Look at that energy. Can we match that energy? No. So that's what you're up against.
All right, let's go ahead and get a couple supers and then move on to our next story. No, listen, I mean, you put a pin in it. Put a pin in it, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong.